Thank you, EA, for inviting me to this early access event. I am really excited to get into the gameplay of The Sims 4 Rent. Oh my god. Before there was a Gen 1, there was a Gen 0, right? Welcome to the Joy of Life. I'm about to tell you the founder's origin story. In case you don't know, I'm Sasha. Welcome to my space, and I just want to put it as a note that this video is not meant for all audiences, so viewers' discretion is advised. My parents met on a trip, and within a month of dating, my father instantly proposed to my mother. Because life is short. And well, within 6 months, my mom moved to Copperdale, is a married woman and expecting, but the cracks started to show. There wasn't a day that went by where they weren't arguing over things, whether it was small or big. The thing is, my mom wasn't used to living in an environment like that, so this took a toll on her. So Tim works as an engineer while his wife currently does not have a career, y'all. And I just wanted to say that the thing is, because she moved to Copperdale, she didn't get to really, find a job because she got instantly pregnant. And not only that, but Tim didn't want her to have a job. He wanted her to be a traditional stay-at-home wife. He's like, for the sake of the baby, at least the first 2-3 years, don't even think about a job. And she was just kind of like, you know what? That's not that bad. I could just figure myself out. But all these fights with Tim, it just was not making it easy for her. She was in love with him though. So, he's really sweet when he's good. But it's just that all those mad, annoying times just really trigger her, Like I said, I feel like Tim grew up in an environment where he was used to arguing, and maybe that was just their form of communication. I'm not saying it's healthy for him or not. It's just that's how he grew up. And for her, she did not grow up like this. There was never arguments like that. So she hated having to go back and forth with him. And he always won the arguments, by the way. So, in The Sims 4, there's like argument winner or loser. And what I observed is that Tim always won the arguments because, Macy wasn't used to that. She wasn't used to arguing and having to just debate for her life, living in a household. She feels her home is supposed to be a safe place. And Tim just tested her so much, And you know what? Right now, if you could tell, she already had the child. And she named her daughter Princess Ribbons, who is the founder of the Joy of Life. After this argument, Macy went to her daughter's room and she put Macy in her crib and she whispered to her, "I'm only here because of you." After they came back from an event, Tim says to his wife, "Did you have to wear that outfit? Everyone was looking at you." Macy says, "That's what this dress is for, Tim." Tim says, "I thought you would change now that you're a mother." Macy says, "You don't marry someone who looks like this and then expect them to change." Tim yells, "Well, change, damn it!" Macy says, "I will change when we stop arguing. But we know you can't." Tim says, "Do not talk back to me." Macy says, "I will do whatever I want. You cannot change me." Tim says, "But Flower." Macy says, "Sleep on the couch tonight." Macy went to her room angry. Why is he like this? I'll never understand. And Macy cries herself to sleep that night. It's just so hard for her to comprehend what he knew who she was when he met her on the trip. She was wearing outfits like this. She's not flipping some sort of script. And why is her husband like this? Why is he so controlling? What kind of career? What kind of clothes? What kind of life to live? It was just all too much. Now let's fast forward to 2 months later. Macy's making breakfast. And I don't know if you know, but Tim has never cooked for her. Not even once. "Breakfast is ready, my love." Macy says, "Nicole Bridge wants us to attend her annual charity gala." Tim says, "For sure, we'll make an appearance." Macy says, "Okay, I will RSVP. I'm thinking of looking for a job." Tim says, "But Princess is too young for you to leave." Macy says, "I know, but I thought of opening a daycare business." Tim says, "So you can give less attention to her and more to other kids?" Macy sighed and muttered to herself, I should have known. What's the point? Let's fast forward 3 weeks later, the night of the annual charity gala event hosted by Nicole Bridge. Macy and Tim are back from the charity event. It was so nice. Tim and Macy couldn't get their hands off each other. Everyone felt the love in the room between them. Tim was starting to remember why he fell in love with Macy to begin with. The girl at the resort that could have given attention to anybody in the room, but it was all for him. It was a lovely night with you, my love, Mrs. Ribbons. It was a lovely night with you. And he says, let's go woohoo. And she says, I'm not doing that. He's like, well, what happened? She says, well, I want to break up with you. He's like, break up? Oh, you're trolling me. No, you're never going to break up. We're never going to break up. Why ruin the best night we've had in a long time? She said, well, I wanted to break up with you for a long time. Macy knew this, and she was playing the role of the good wife to let his guard down and crush him, just like he did almost 3 months ago, just like he did almost 3 weeks ago, and their whole marriage. Some may say she's spiteful for this, but being in a controlling toxic relationship was not what she planned for her life. Macy says, I've already packed up and my taxi is gonna be here in an hour and I'm taking Princess with me. Tim says, no. Macy says, you barely take care of her. Tim says, that's my daughter and she will be raised in my home. Macy says, Tim, please don't do this. Don't be spiteful to me just because we're breaking up. Tim says, you don't have a job and I'm friends with every cop, lawyer, judge in the Copperdale and surrounding areas where you think you could sue. You will not win against me. They will always pick me. Just say your goodbyes right now. Macy felt defeated. She said, okay. But then Macy wanted to give a piece of her mind. Tim, you are an awful partner. I don't think I've ever seen or been in a relationship with anyone else. And you were always so insecure that I had previous relationships with other Sims. I hope you do not use your little insecurities on your next partner if you ever even find one, because who could ever put up with this? No one. He says, name one time that I was so unbearable, and she listed and listed. I mean, Tim's kind of like, well, all of those were relative. Yeah, and what kind of parent does it make you wanting to kick out the mother of your child? Not wanting to ever have a relationship with her just because I don't want to be in a relationship with you? And I believe that you're now going to start cooking meals, cleaning up this house, maintaining everything while having a full-time job. He's like, that's what nannies are for. Oh, but when I wanted a nanny, I wasn't allowed to. I had to manage everything in this household. And in typical Tim and Macy fashion, it was just arguing. And he says, aren't you supposed to go upstairs? Your daughter is waiting for you to say goodbye to her. And my God, that really punched Macy. And I feel like he knew what he was saying when he said it like that. And she's like, yeah, I'll go upstairs and say goodbye to her. My little princess, I have about 20 minutes with you. Your dad just wasted his time arguing with me. But I am so thankful to be your mother. I love you so much. You're such a cutie pie. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll figure out a way. I promise you, princess. I love you. I love you so much. I just wish that you knew how much I love you. Princess kept smiling at her mother. It's as if maybe she didn't know her mother was leaving, but that maybe her mom was just saying some really cute, funny stuff to her. And Macy was just so happy. That was the smile that really brought her just to be okay during these times in that relationship with Tim. And she was like, I love you. She just kept saying it for most of that 20 minutes. And she just wanted to put her daughter to bed, just like how she always did. I mean, I don't even understand why Tim wants to raise his daughter. What? It's just so strange to her. Why is he being so spiteful? Macy was kind of considering should she stay, but she knew for her mental health, and where she's at in her life, she just cannot stay with him. And it was just so hard for her because Princess is just such a cutie pie, and she's so entertaining, and she's so fun to watch to grow, you know? Macy says, Mommy will find a way. We will meet again. Mommy will find a way. Tim, who is eavesdropping, says, don't lie to her. You will never see her again. I don't want you to give my daughter false promises. You know you'll never see her again. This is you saying goodbye forever, and I will be raising her without you. Just like I got tired of you, I promise she'll get tired of you. And when I hear it through the grapevine, I will contact her and we will laugh about it together. Tim retorts, that day will never come. Macy says, oh, but it will. Looks like your taxi is here. Macy walked out the door, and I could tell you she's never seen her daughter again. I will make sure you never see her again for breaking my heart, Macy. Princess's childhood, her father had her go to ballet and gymnastics. He felt those were things that girls liked, right? This single dad thing ain't easy. Dating hasn't been easy either. Because Macy has spread the word that Tim is a misogynist and that no woman should ever bother dating him. And the word, of course, spread like fire. And every time he went on a date, it would probably be like 3 or 4 dates later until the girl would just either ghost him or say, you're a pig, you know? And that's kind of just how his dating experience was. It wasn't spoken, but Tim knew the Copperdale gossip pipeline got him. He didn't care that much because he felt proud of being a misogynist. Princess would always say, I love you, Daddy. And Tim would say, my spoiled little princess. Outside of gymnastics, ballet, and cheerleading, Princess liked baking. And it wasn't just like because it was viewed as something that girls do, like her dad says. No, she liked the science of it. She liked measuring 1 tablespoon, a quarter cup of this. It was such a science for her to get the recipe to taste away, and it was almost like it was like magic. It was like done in a way that it served its like purpose for her, and it just always made her happy to bake. It made sense for her. Cooking regular dishes, meh. Baking, mixing stuff up, seeing the final product, it like I said, it was science for her. It was chemistry class at home for her. She loves it. That's not the only thing she loves. She loves her secret boyfriend, Cole. And yes, she's not allowed to date. You know, her father says that she is too young. She doesn't understand what dating is. And, you know, she had a crush on this guy. He had a crush on her. And obviously, they're just, the way they interact, you could tell, right? They're just still so young. But yeah, he's like, your dad's not here, right? She's like, yeah, he had to go on a date. And, you know, she's like, okay. So they're just slow dancing. They're such a cute, sweet, very sweet couple. But, you know, it was just one of those nights that Princess wanted to sneak out to visit her man. Her dad was out on a date again, another failed one. But you know what? Let's mind our business. So she was just like, I look good. Oh my God. Very simple, cute outfit. I love it. So she went out the window and snuck out because obviously she was scared that if she went through the front door, her dad was gonna find out. So she went out here, and you know, she made it look like her room was dark, everything was okay. Her father was gonna believe what? She's not she's in bed and she's asleep. So she steps out, she sneaks out, and she goes to meet her boyfriend Cole, and they could have just a beautiful night under the stars. It's not the first time she's done this. She snuck out and it's been successful so many times. This is Cole waiting for her. I thought it was so extra. So cute. They were enjoying watching the stars together. I mean, I feel like the stars in Copperdale are just so pretty, and because of that forest vibe, it's not so urban, and they get to watch it and enjoy that, stargazing experience. I feel like, yeah, no, for real, Copperdale definitely probably is easier to watch than, like, example, Del Sol Valley, Another failed date. At least women may be horrible, but my daughter, Princess, she's the best. Tim goes to her room. Where are you, Princess? He looks around the home. Damn it! Where are you, Princess? He gets worried. Okay, don't panic. Maybe she went to the pier. I don't know. Maybe she had to walk. But why would she leave the house? It's so late. It's not safe for her to be out at this hour. It's a late night. Oh my God. Call her, ask her friends, do you know where Princess is? Ask around, hey, is the Princess having a sleepover? Usually she doesn't have any, but maybe mistaken something. No, nothing. I have to look for Princess. I have to look for her. Oh my God. So he goes to the pier. He tries looking around the pier. Where are you, Princess? Where would I be if I was a teen girl? So he goes to the park in Copperdale to see if she's there. And so he walks there and she's not there. He's like, okay. He goes to the last place that he had expected his daughter to be. And it is the bridge in Copperdale. So under the bridge, there's a chair. It's where teens like to hang out, but like they like to believe that it's not the best of students that go there. And so Tim feels, you know what, maybe she's peer pressure to go there. Sometimes teens are peer pressured. You could tell this man is pissed going there. He says, Princess, Princess? Is that my princess? And she jumps when she hears her dad's voice. Tim approaches them. He is not happy with what he sees. Princess, go home. Okay, Dad, but... No buts. Listen. Cole says, Sir, I have to go. Tim says, I want to meet the young man who's dating my daughter. You seem like a stand-up guy. Princess was nervous, but her father was more angry at her than him from what she could tell. So she listens to her father and leaves. When Tim saw Princess wasn't around, he says, You think my daughter wants to be with you, nerd? Cole says, It's getting late, sir. And Tim says, Girls like Princess don't like losers like you. She's lying to you. Her friends dared her to date you. You are a charity case. I didn't know. She said that you don't let her date. Tim says, Classic. She's shifting the blame to me to not let you know. I told her to stop dating you and that it was mean of her to do this. I found it funny, but it was mean. Cole was so heartbroken and just shattered by this news. I have to go, sir. He runs away crying. Yes, the sun is out. It was pretty late. It was pretty late. And that's why you could see this man is pissed. It's basically a couple of hours later. They did not go to sleep. Princess says, Daddy, I'm so sorry. Tim says, I'm sorry too. I know I said that you're not allowed to date, but it's because men in this world are not good. I'm the only good guy. If there's a good man like me, I'll tell you. And you're too young. I will know when you're old enough. Okay? Princess says, I love him, Dad. Tim says, okay. You can date him if you want. Princess says, oh, I love you, Daddy. Tim says, oh, my little spoiled princess. Princess messaged him that morning, the afternoon. She even messaged him again, like, we can date now, we can date. My dad allows us to date. She even tried messaging him on Social Bunny on her iPad. my dad says we can date. So, she's just at this point, like, you know what, let me just practice my cheer. Let me go ahead and get ready for this big game. I have the halftime performance to get ready. And she's like, give me a C, give me a OPPERLAD. What does that spell? Copy down, go school. No. But, I'm not gonna lie. While she's doing this, she is kind of, losing her, space and just a little bit like not fully herself. She's thinking, why is he not responding? I sent him like 5 messages at this point. Tim replied and he said, go to hell. Princess is, what? And she just starts crying. What could have happened? Why would he say that to her? Goodness, like she was just not ready, Princess tried everything in her power to talk to him, but even in school, he would ignore her. And it was starting to draw attention. She tried her best to focus on her schoolwork, or just even in friendship or cheer, but she just couldn't let this go. What changed that night? Her dad swears he had only a very short chat and then just started walking around because he needed some air. It's been 2 weeks of this. It's the weekend and Princess is looking out his home, Cole's home. She wants to go and just ask for some questions, for some answers, even though Cole has been very cold to her, and she was actually scared of even going here. She's like, I have to do this. I just have to know what happened. Why aren't we not together? I'm allowed to date. I don't want to date anyone else. I want to be with you, Cole. She was desperate and she was willing to talk to Cole's mom since Cole didn't want to talk to her, but she was met with his sister, Julie. You have some nerve showing your face here, Julie says. Please hear me out. I can't sleep at night. I can't concentrate in class. I'm so confused. Julie says, okay, come in. Honestly, I don't understand. Daddy gave our blessing. I mean, he caught us and he gave me his blessing. Is that the story you've convinced to tell yourself? Do you not have any shame after what you've done to my little brother? You said you can't sleep? Cole won't stop crying himself to sleep after your little mean girl prank. Julie was furious. How dare Princess show her face to this family after what she's done? Mean girl prank? I thought you came here to apologize for your little stunt that you did to my little brother. You just wanted your friends to laugh, right? It was just all a joke to you guys? Have you had enough? Did they send you to continue the prank right now? I never did that. I promise I love him. Julie says, well, that's not what your father said. Tim told Cole you were dared to date him and that it was all a joke to you. We just started therapy. We're at the beginning process of healing. He asked me not to get you expelled from school because I was willing to go to school and report what you and your little friends did. But he said that he didn't want that. I respect my little brother Cole in exchange to never talk to you again. I know I can't make this right, but my father lied to you guys. I was never part of any prank, and I could call every single one of my friends and ask them. I know that may not provide any proof because you already have an opinion of me. Julie stands up to face Princess and looks into her eyes and says, you're absolutely right. I've seen girls like you in school, girls who weren't raised with a mother. They don't have love in their hearts. Julie, tell her to go. Cole was eavesdropping from his room. He is just as pissed off as his sister. I mean, I kinda get it. If they really believe this is true, you would be furious too. Princess hears his voice and she goes to his door to talk. I will go, but please know it's a lie. I promise it's a lie. You know me. We've talked. You know me. Cole didn't say anything, and Princess left. What could she do? They believe what her father said, and she doesn't have enough proof to say it's a lie. Princess went back home, but on her way back, she stopped at the pier. She needed to clear her mind, and she cried, and I don't know if you could see, but she does have tears in her face. What would her dad benefit from lying on her like this? And as she was sitting there, this woman approached her because she saw Princess was alone, crying. Are you okay? Princess says, Mrs. Bridge, I'm okay. My dad says I can't talk to you. Nicole says, I'm sorry. I was friends with your mother, and I can't ignore you acting like this. I know May would have done something like this for my children. Princess says, my dad says you're one of my mom's toxic friends who bullied her to leave this city, and now, Nicole interrupts, is that the lie he's been telling you all these years? So today wasn't the first time he lied to me? Nicole says, I don't want you to hate your dad. He looks like he's doing a great job, despite how I feel about him. Princess says, I already think I hate him. He destroyed my life, and he potentially could have got me expelled from school. Princess explained everything that happened, and Nicole exchanged what Macy told her about her experience with her father, since it felt right to say it in this moment. Princess says, now all these moments in my life I'm starting to question, how many lies did he tell? I don't know. Graduation's around the corner, and maybe I'm just jumping ahead, but a part of me feels like I just maybe should just run away from here and never come back, just like my mom. I helped your mom run away, and I've helped so many women run away from Tims of this world. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll provide you with taxi and money to set yourself up. You don't have to owe me any money. I run a charity gala every single year to protect women. But please do not tell your father you're leaving or what you found out. He will manipulate you like most abusers do. Your mother, she flipped the script and told him her plans. She was supposed to take you with her. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Bridge. I will keep this in mind. Do you have my mother's contact information? Nicole says, we lost contact the day she left. I'm so sorry. Princess says, okay. They were chatting a little bit more. Princess asked more questions just for like what she should do, how she should prepare herself. And, Nicole's kind of like, just as long as you don't tell your father, you're good. He won't be suspicious. He won't come after me because I don't want any, attacks on me. I've already been attacked before by someone's partner. My husband has been attacked. This is not an easy job to do. And Princess is kind of scared, like, should she leave? Should she not? And she's just like, look, we could keep in contact, but just don't even save my name as Nicole. Save it as something else, you've got this. And, Princess is kind of like nervous, but she's thinking about it like, should she not? It's 6 months later. Princess graduated school, and her and Nicole have been in contact. She's leaving tonight because she and her father have a trip to go on in a few days. And if she looks like she's packing her bags right now, it's not suspicious. So her and Nicole planned tonight that she was gonna sneak out and leave for good. And she's been very good all these months. She did pretty good in school. She graduated. Everything's okay. She's avoided Cole. She doesn't talk to Cole. She hasn't dated. She doesn't want to ruffle any feathers with her father. So yeah, here's her luggage. She is ready. She placed it in her inventory, and that's it. Princess is running away. The taxi is around the corner. Her father is asleep. He doesn't know what's going on. So yeah, just like that, Princess Ribbons is on her own in this world. At first, she lived in Strangerville because it's like the cheapest place to live in, next to Evergreen Harbor. But Evergreen Harbor is kind of like in this, region of Copperdale. So I thought he might, track her down. So Strangerville, she was there for like a good year and something, and then Nicole helped her move to let's just say like San Myshuno, and then recently she moved to Newcrest. Y'all saw the build and me talking about all of that. And she's older, she's 21 right now. So yeah, and she actually has a friend that she's friends with from Copperdale that is there, and they're pretty cool. So let's meet again for episode 1 of the Joy of Life Legacy Challenge. Thank you so much for watching this machinima episode. I just wanted y'all to get to know Princess. That was the car that she was in. Goodbye to that car. So I'll meet y'all for episode 1, which is going to start in Newcrest. Like I said, Princess is now 21. She ran away when she was 18. So yeah, it's going to be an experience. There's so much life to live now. She is not in contact with any of her parents. Yeah. So we'll see how that works. I hope you enjoyed the storytelling and the story of Gen 0. And now the story of Gen 1 is going to start at episode 1. Yay! Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sasha, and I wish you all a lovely, lovely day. Take care.